UFC 270, Ngannou versus Gon, full card betting results, as well as the entire card results. Now, before we get into the betting results, of course, we do have to go through the entire card. Jasmine Jazz the Vicious as a 2-1 underdog going out there, out wrestling and out grappling Kay Hansen in the first and second round, arguably losing the third round, but winning by a unanimous decision. Vanessa Demopoulos getting dropped with a crazy head kick, coming back and getting that armbar in the very first round. An absolute banger of a fight between Gennaro Valdez and Matt Frevola for 3 minutes and 15 seconds. They just threw, kept on throwing, and eventually Matt Frevola got that knockout. Tony Gravely kind of just wrestling to a decision. Oliveira going for like 10 submission attempts in that entire fight. It was a pretty good one. Jack Della Maddalena getting a first round knockout. And I'm going to be honest with you, Jack Della Maddalena, probably one of the biggest prospects in the welterweight division that's not currently ranked. You got guys like Ian Gary, Darion Weiss, all of those guys. I think Jack Della Maddalena is an even bigger prospect. We got Victor Henry, another really good prospect after this card in the bantamweight division, going out there looking amazing against Hayoni Barcelos, a guy that's only lost to Timur Valiev inside the UFC, beating Khalid Taha, Said Nurmagomedov, Chris Gutierrez, and many other guys. But for him to beat a guy that recently beat Said Nurmagomedov, a guy that's probably about to get a top 15 fight next, that is very impressive. So Victor Henry, give him a round of applause. We got Michael Morales, another good up-and-comer, 22 years old, tall, lengthy, from Tijuana, Mexico, from where Brandon Moreno is from, getting a very nice first-round knockout. Said Nurmagomedov getting a guillotine in the very first round. Michel Pereira losing the first round, coming back in that second and third round with his wild nature of his, and winning the unanimous decision. Figueiredo getting a very close 48-47 unanimous decision. Some people are saying that Moreno won. Some people are going Figueiredo. It was a very close fight. Could have gone either way, in my opinion. Ngannou versus Cyril Gane. That's another one we got to talk about. Because first round, second round, Gane went out there, outstruck Ngannou very easily. Defended all the big whooping shots from Ngannou, all the takedown attempts, all that type of stuff. But the third, fourth, and fifth round, Ngannou looked like freaking Brock Lesnar out there, taking down Cyril Gane over and over again, pretty much at will, and controlled third, fourth, and fifth round, winning by a 48-47 unanimous decision. Crazy stuff there in the heavyweight division. Ngannou of all people, going out there and getting a decision. Absolutely insane. But those are the results of the entire card. Again, we did pretty good on the betting side of it as well. We started off the night very good. We had 2.4 units on Jasmine and Jazz the Vicious versus Kay Hansen. Just goes to a decision. I was very confident that fight went all the way, and we gained 1 unit there. Half unit on Jasmine Jazz the Vicious, straight bets on the money line, and we gained 1 unit there as well. I also had half a unit on Jasmine by a decision prop, because I saw, plus 200 for the money line, and then plus 310 for the actual prop bet by decision. I already had the decision bet right here and the money line, so I'm like, why not combine those two? And we made even more, getting a 1.5 gain in units. Now, after that, I decided to make a very big bet. It was 1 unit on a plus 550 parlay on FanDuel. And I thought, why not? There's a good chance it probably does happen, but it didn't. It obviously did not. We had Moreno Figueiredo starting round 2. That did happen. Pereira Fialho starts round 2. That did happen. Stamen Nurmagomedov starts round 2. That definitely did not happen. I was very surprised on that one. I thought that one would go to a decision. Morales Giles goes to a decision. That one definitely did not happen. Barcelos Henry, Gravely Oliveira, both of those happened. Demopoulos getting the submission. So either way, that one overall, no matter where you look at it, would have lost that bet. So we lost 1 unit there, and at that point we were about 2.5 units in the green. But then we got a couple little small losses. Gennaro Valdez by TKO plus 500, little sprinkle there. We did lose on that one. A bet that I really, looking back, the stupidest bet I could have made. Jack Della Maddalena by a decision. I know. Y'all can roast me in the comments. Probably my worst bet looking back on the night. Lost half a unit there, but we came back very, very well with 3 units on Raoni Barcelos versus Victor Henry. Starts round 2, and then we parlay that with Maddalena under 2.5. I remember later or earlier today that I had that half unit on Jack Della Maddalena by decision, and I was like, that was a stupid bet. I have no idea why I made that bet. So I wanted to make a little bit of the money back that I lost there, that I knew I was going to lose on Maddalena by a decision. So I put him in a parlay with under 2.5 rounds, minus 350, as well as Victor Henry Raoni Barcelos starts round 1 with 3 full units, gaining a 1.92 unit profit right there. But after that one, it went a little bit downhill for a while. Raoni Barcelos went out there and he did not win the fight. It did go to a decision, but again, he did not win as he got outstruck and lost a 30-27. So we lost 1 unit. Michael Morales decision prop. Obviously, he got that first round knockout, and probably my biggest loss of the card. If this did not happen, we would have been very, very highly in the green after this entire night was over. We'd be way like 15 units, maybe even 20 units in the green without this one. But we had 4.8 units on Cody Stamann. Said Nurmagomedov goes to a decision at minus 240. Just looking to make a quick 2 unit profit. Yeah, Said Nurmagomedov went out there and he got the guillotine in that one, so that was a pretty bad loss there. But we came back after that one with a 2.5 unit parlay of Jack Della Maddalena minus 300 and Said Nurmagomedov for parlay odds of plus 105, gaining. I think we actually got that one wrong because it was 2.5 units. I think I put the calculation in there wrong, so it was. Let's go in betting odds calculator. Yeah, we definitely messed up on that one. 250 for plus 105. That would be a profit of 2.62 units. There it is. So yeah, we messed up on actually calculating that one. 2.62 units. 2.62. That's about 6. That's about 0.7 more. So 2.62 units on that one right there. We got to update our total, so 0.7 would be around 0.9, and then our total would be around 0.7. So we had to update those ones, kind of put the calculation in a little bit incorrectly. But after that one, we had Said Nurmagomedov by a decision prop. Of course, he got the guillotine, so we lost that one and lost 0.5 units on that bet right there. We had 1 unit on Brandon Moreno minus 184. Right off the bat, we obviously lost that bet because Davison did win. Ngannou versus Gane starts round 2. That one did hit. Stamann versus Nurmagomedov goes to a decision. Did not hit. Barcelos Henry goes to a decision. Did hit. And Maddalena just winning the fight did hit as well. So Nurmagomedov and Moreno kind of lost that parlay. So we lost 1 unit there. But it was a pretty big one. Plus 634 if that one did hit. We also had 1 unit on Michel Pereira specifically by a unanimous decision. 1 unit at plus 250. He gained that one 2.5 units. We went ham on this one. We made this bet, I would say 3 or 4 days ago. It might actually have been 2 days ago if I'm remembering correctly. But I remembered. I do this on pretty much every fight card. I just put a lot of money on the over for these main event type of fights where you got very technical strikers that don't necessarily get those early finishes, and that's exactly what we did. So we put 9 units on Brandon Moreno, Davis, and Figueiredo. Just starts round 2. So all it had to do was get past the very first round. Of course, it did. Minus 450, not the most value there, but it was an easy 2 units to gain. Also had 4 units units on Brandon Moreno. Davis and Figueiredo starts around 3 at just minus 200, and we gained that one 2 units as well. So these ones were kind of easy victories, and we gained a total of 4 units just betting the over on Brandon Moreno, Davis and Figueiredo. After that one, we had a quarter unit on Moreno by knockout. It was possible. I mean, there were instances in the fight where it was a good chance Moreno could have got the knockout, but of course we didn't really put too much on there because it wasn't our most confident pick of the card. So only a quarter unit loss. 3/4 of a unit on Moreno. Jack Della Maddalena for parlay odds of plus 112. Maddalena hits, but of course Moreno lost, so we lost that one as well. 1 unit on Cyril Gane plus 110. This was a while ago. I made this one like a month and a half ago, like right when the odds came out, and by the time the odds like finished, they were like minus 150 on Cyril Gane, so it was a good bet in my opinion for how close of a fight it was, but Ngannou got the victory, so we did lose 1 unit. Half a unit on Cyril Gane by a decision at plus 360. Again, very close fight, so we lost that one as well. 3 units on a Michel Pereira Brandon Moreno fight starts around 3, and Francis Ngannou fight starts around 2 at plus 164. We gained a amazing 4.92 units, our biggest gain of the card. Absolute banger, mainly because of course Moreno starts around 3 and Ngannou starts around 2. We had these bets in other parlays and straight bets, so I'm like, why not just pop them in a parlay together? And it did get us a very good gain there. We also had 3 units on Cyril Gane versus Ngannou starts around 2 at minus 300 on bet online, and gained 1 unit there. So overall it was a good fight card. We gained roughly 8 units on the entire card. For the year we are up around 9.75 units. Most of that is going to be coming from UFC 270. We had an amazing night. Besides our parlay and besides, this one right here with Cody Stamann, it was overall a very good night of betting. Total loss, we did lose on LFA 122, 4.88 units. We gained 5.57 units on Cater versus Chikadze. So for UFC cards, we're up quite a lot. So it's been a really solid day for me. It wasn't looking too good at one point right after the Cody Stamann one, but we came back with Jack Della Maddalena, Said Metal parlay, the Moreno overs, Michel Pereira just unanimous decision, and of course that big parlay with Michel, Moreno, and Ngannou fights going over as well. So it was a good night. 7.91 units, round that up to 8 units profit. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's been a good one, a very good night of fights. I mean, 2 people in the championship. Davis and Figueiredo getting the belt, Francis Ngannou getting a decision. Crazy prospects have been made. Michael Morales, Victor Henry, Jack Della Maddalena all winning their debut. Jasmine Jazz the Vicious as well. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and if you want to see all of my MMA bets that I will be making for the rest of the month, we get a full month for only 10 cents a day. So literally $3 for an entire month of bets. That's an amazing deal right there. We have Eagle FC coming up, Bellator coming up, UFC Fight Night, UFC 271. We have all of this that we will be doing bets for. So if you want to see those bets, make sure to become a member to the channel. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and notifications and all. And we'll see you in the next one. Let's go.